today, exciting.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of requests. I don't know about you. Have you gotten a lot of requests?
Maybe one or two. Not too many.
I got about 3, which seemed
good.
like a lot. But the new Dior Homme Sport 2017 edition, there have been 2 others before this.
Yeah.
2008.
And 2012.
Which is one that I reviewed with Dave at Fragrance Bros, but I really didn't love it so much.
Okay. Yeah.
Just something was like kind of sharp about it. But yeah, so this is the latest one. It was just released last week, and I picked it up at Macy's, and here we are reviewing it for you.
Yeah.
So, excited?
I am excited, yeah. Well, I've already smelled it. Actually, today was my first day smelling it, so I can't comment on how long it lasts or how well it performs, but that's what why we have you here.
Yeah.
So,
So let's talk about the previous ones. What are your thoughts on those?
Oh man, I love Dior Homme. I love Dior Homme Intense. Dior Homme Parfum was a little wonky. Some people loved it, some people hated it. I personally really like it. I think it was really dense. It had a good heart to it. Not a fan of the original Dior Homme Sport though. I know that was talked about a lot.
I actually meant the Sport in particular. I'm a fan of all the ones you mentioned, and I know there's a lot of hullabaloo online about the reformulations and what have you with the Dior Homme. I like them all.
Okay.
Personally, I like the originals, I like the reforms, and I love the Parfum, of course.
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, that's a favorite of mine. But the Dior Sports, not so much. And I actually recently, for the first time, smelled, it was either Oud or Cologne, one of those. And it was very irisy, and I liked it, and I was surprised that I never smelled it before. But in my head, I always had the preconceived notion that it's going to be lighter if it's Cologne, or if it's, and I'd rather wear something a little thicker, a little
that
bolder.
makes sense.
So, what kind of notes does this guy have?
Well, there's a lot of citrus. So you're going to have grapefruit. I think the most touted note online is blood orange. So if you go on Fragrantica, that's the most concentrated note according to user votes. You're also going to have some sandalwood, you're going to have some vetiver in there, and pink pepper.
This is really a citrus-centric fragrance for sure. It's all about the citrus.
It is.
But I find it to be a lot more, it's a little more well-rounded and creamy-ish, like you said, than that 2012. To me, that was real sharp and synthetic. This is rather nice.
That's good.
Not groundbreaking, but it has a nice aroma to it.
Yeah.
And when I bought it Sunday night, I liked it. Well, I was gonna buy it whether I liked it or not because I definitely wanted to review it. But on Sunday night, I was like, okay, it's all right. It lasted on my skin for about possibly 5 hours.
Okay.
Not projecting like a monster, but it was the type. Whenever I moved my arm, I would smell it.
Yeah.
So it's not a beast mode fragrance, but you can definitely smell it and definitely sport appropriate, meaning when you work out.
Yeah.
So like 5-6 hours I got, but I tried it again last night knowing that I was coming over here today to do it with you, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
It's just a nice, simple but smooth, but nice citrus.
I think those are perfect adjectives. It's simple, it's smooth. If you're looking for something that's very sort of accessible, it would even be a fragrance that I would recommend to people if you're just getting into fragrances and maybe you don't like Sauvage for whatever reason, then I would say try Dior Homme Sport. Personally, as far as citrus is concerned, I really like Dior Homme Cologne.
Okay.
I think
that's probably
really
the one
well
that I meant when I was saying I liked one of them. I wasn't sure which one. But...
okay. Yeah, this one, I mean, they do change it up, and I guess you can appreciate that they're not just rehashing a new note breakdown with an extremely similar smell and a new bottle, is that they do change the formula. And I think that's what the biggest issue was with the first reformulation going from the 2008 to the 2012. But I noticed
there was
no
ginger in the original. Yeah, this has nothing. This is really just a simple citrus fragrance. I don't smell pepper. If it's there, it's real light, to my nose anyway. It's just citrus. It's just... But like I said before, it's not acidic. It's not sharp. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's not. I think it's rather soft. It's tame. It's creamy. I know I said this to you off camera, and you didn't agree with me, but to me, it kind of reminds me of like a Mr. Burberry with citrus, with more citrus.
Mr. Burberry, to me, there was a certain freshness about it. I mean, although this is citrus and it's not synthetic smelling.
Right.
It's not a fresh smell. It's I can't explain it. Like some citrus just smells like orange juice. Like there's one that I love, Atelier Cologne.
Orange Sanguine.
Listen, it's simple to me. People try to tell me there's floral nuances. I get orange juice, but it's okay when I'm in the mood for that, like in the hot summer. But I lost my train of thought. This doesn't have that fresh thing going on, which Mr. Burberry and Dior Sauvage and the Dylan Blue.
Yeah.
I don't seem to get that.
Maybe that's what I'm equating the creamy smell to.
Okay.
You know, kind of like an overlap there. But all in all, I think it's a great scent. For me, this is more casual. And I think Francois really knows what he's doing. It was composed by Francois Demachy, by the way. And I think he really knows what he's doing in terms of the lighter, fresher scents. And I think we've seen that with a lot. I mean, from Sauvage to you name it. And I would recommend this casual, you know, or like you said, sport. If you're going to the gym or something, you just want to smell clean.
And definitely summer.
Yeah.
I would probably even appreciate this more when I'm a little sweaty and hot. I think it'll come off the skin a little bit more than it does in the cold. But, you know, not the greatest thing I've ever smelled in my life, but it's enjoyable. And you know, it comes in several sizes. This is the 75 ml.
There's a 50 ml and I think a 125 ml, which is a little bit bigger than 4 ounces.
If I really fall in love with this one, come the summer, I probably should have gotten the larger size, because this is one of those you can spray this lavishly, you won't have a problem.
Right? Yeah. Totally agree.
But you know, not a bomb here. I think they did all right.
Yeah, I think so too.
And much more smoother than that synthetic-y sharp 2012. I really didn't like that one. I know some people do, so my bad if you don't like it. But yeah, we all have our tastes and what have you. But
that's right.
Would you go out and get this? Are you going to go out and get this?
I don't think so.
You can tell them what you really said upon first smell.
It wasn't my cup of tea. No, I gotta tell you guys, it was not my cup of tea. And I love a lot of the things that Dior does. As a matter of fact, Dior is one of the companies that I usually recommend to people who are looking into getting really high quality, good designer fragrances. When you think of the variety, going from Fahrenheit to Hypnotic Poison to Dior Homme, and all the wonderful things that they're doing, and this one was just underwhelming, I think.
And that's what happened to me with Sauvage. It's not that I hated it.
Yeah.
And I was coming from the point of view that with all those things in their lineup, like Fahrenheit and all the ones you mentioned, it just wasn't as good as that. Granted, a year later, I ate my own words and I wound up with a bottle. It works. It's easy. It's not bad.
Right. No, I love Sauvage actually.
Yeah, you gave it a very enthusiastic review. I remember that you were online waiting for something, and the lady online.
I was an Old Navy. Yeah.
As a matter of fact.
Yeah, it was a good story. But I think they knew what they were doing when they released this one, and they had a really good reason for releasing this one. The demographic that it caters to, I think, is well-deserved. There's a horde of people out there who want their fresh scents, and I think Dior is just delivering. So they're doing a great job, and I totally agree with this release. Again, you know, it doesn't cater to my personal taste, just because I like my fragrances to be a little bit more on the bold side, on the memorable side.
Same here. We come from the same nose taste. So I think this will have a broad appeal as far as age range is concerned as well. A young guy, 20s, could wear this. There's nothing complicated about it, that it smells too mature. I think it could just be worn by guys and easy, breezy, go out, spray, and then go out about your day.
Exactly.
All right, so definitely go out and try it. I'll share. I always like to share, so I'll give away 5 ml Decant.
Cool.
5 ml Decant. But you can probably easily try the Macy's, but I'll make it a little easier for you. So 5 ml Decant of Dior Homme Sport 2017. All you have to do is subscribe to Brooklyn Fragrance Club, or like and share this video, and tell us what your favorite Dior Homme Sport version is, if you have one, or what you like most about this video. I will leave a link to this gentleman's channel. You know where to find him. I love this guy. He's the best. And thanks for doing this for me.
Thank you, Carlos. It means a lot.
Thank you, Mrs., for having me.
No problem.
And I will see you all at the next review.
Take care, everybody.